really hot here today, but I wanted to wear pants because I like pants. So
Yeah, I always wear pants.
Oh, really? You just always pants,
Yeah.
no matter the temperature?
All.
You don't ever wear skirts, Josh?
Don't ever wear skirts or shorts.
Why?
I find that surprising.
Do you hate your legs? Is that why, Josh?
I just love socks. I love fun, colorful socks that don't really appropriate themselves for
Shorts?
short weather.
Well, maybe.
I feel like you should show them off.
Yeah, I think if you wore like khaki shorts, not cargo shorts, but if you wore like boating shorts, I think that would work with your socks.
Okay.
You are a West Coast.
Fashion advice.
Argyle socks. Thanks.
Yeah. So you have to. So you don't wear sandals.
No, I'm not really a sandal flip flop kind of
Not a
person.
socks and sandals?
Well, yeah,
No.
that's good. That's too bad. I would have not accepted that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just like kind of probably warm and uncomfortable all the time.
Wait, so are your like I have socks that say like Duchess of Sassy Town and I hate people. Are your socks like that?
My socks are just like colorful Argyle kinds of things. Like not really. They don't say anything.
You need
But they're
some
nice.
Duchess of Sassy Town socks.
I should. I got this phone case. This one.
Oh,
Oh, that's cute.
fun.
Yeah, it's actually called the Kingdom of Cute. That's like its actual name.
Oh my
I own it.
god.
I own it now.
Oh my gosh.
Hey everybody, this is episode 14 of the DCC. This week we have the box office preview. This week on YouTube, 401 on 1901, our Marvel moment. We've got some great news, and Josh is going to geek out for you. And we also have Michael K. in our community shoutout segment. He is an awesome YouTuber. He's a super nice guy, and I'm jealous he gets to make videos every single day. To all who come to this happy place, welcome to the Disney Culture Club.
Hashtag won't take Dale.
Hashtag One Take Dale, which I've gotten good reviews about. People like One Take Dale. Because he throws shade and he can't take it back.
Thanks.
I mean, I like won't take Dale.
Once again, thanks for joining us, everybody. This week we have all three of us. We have, of course, the greatest one of us, Shannon. Haha, you didn't know which one I was going to say.
Obviously.
You thought it could have been me.
Oh,
It's not
I knew
going
you were
be.
gonna say
Yeah,
me.
okay.
Oh, you definitely weren't gonna say me.
No, definitely.
I mean, yeah,
not.
you weren't gonna say you were either gonna say you or me,
Yeah.
and so I figured it'd be me
Yeah.
because I'm awesome.
Yeah. I would never say it to the guy who purposely skipped Johnny Depp.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
So
oh. Fight,
I know I
fight,
live really
fight.
close to Disneyland, and when Johnny Depp was at Pirates of the Caribbean, I looked and I was like, oh, maybe we should go. I looked at the app. It was like a 2-hour-long line. I wasn't going to go and wait in that line, knowing that he might just not be on the ride anymore after the 2 hours.
Sounds like an excuse.
Yeah. Sounds like someone's
Fine,
not
I'll
committed.
Oh, he's walking out.
Yeah. I don't want to go. I don't
Never
want
mind,
to
I
wait.
can't leave you guys.
Yeah, I don't want to wait in lineups. I didn't know lineups were going to be part of going to Disneyland.
Listen, I'm like an annual pass holder now. Those are the things we all gripe about,
But the-
okay?
the whole
Annual
point-
pass holders.
The whole point of
Like
being an
literally
annual
a
pass
personal
holder is the fact that they specifically go to these one-time events and are willing to wait the 2 hours because they don't have to do anything else at the park.
You didn't know he was going to be there for full 2 hours.
That is true. I didn't, and that would have been great. He was there for like quite a long time, wasn't he?
I don't know how long he was there for. Maybe I just haven't looked it up because I'm afraid that like
You're afraid that he was there
I'm
that
pretty
long.
sure he committed. Like it was. I'm pretty sure it was quite a chunk of time. I'm pretty sure.
he committed like a
Oh,
full
yeah.
day's work.
When Disney buys you an island, you hang out at Pirates of the Caribbean for a while. So
That's how it works.
I guess we're going to get the same thing with The Rock, don't you think?
It has been rumored that he is willing to put in a couple of shifts on the Jungle Cruise.
Of course. And again, I think that should be Josh's other job, is to be a Jungle Cruise host. I think he would be delightful. I think he needs to give the world his talent. I think it would be so awesome. But of course, then he probably would like come on the show and be like, "Oh yeah, I can't talk about this. I can't talk about that. I can't talk about."
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to talk about anything anymore. You'd be sworn under secrecy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. But this has been episode 4. This has been episode 14 of the Disney Culture Club, everybody. So show's over.
Thanks. Yeah,
We're done.
We're done. Get out of here.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll the ending.
Yeah. Thanks for all the nice, sweet things that everybody says. It's been a real gas. I had so much fun coming back. It was weird to take some time away, and it was so much fun to come back to the show. I love everything. So, but we need more reviews. We want more people to continue to find the podcast. So please leave us a review on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you do your iTunesing, wherever you do your podcasting. It's huge for us. Also, if you watch us on YouTube, please hit like or dislike. That's okay. But if you dislike us, tell us why you dislike us. And if you like us, leave a comment. We ask questions down in the YouTube comments. Please, we want to hear from you. We want to start discussion. That's the best reason to watch it on YouTube, because our faces aren't that pretty. Let's be honest. There's no real point to watch us on YouTube other than to be able to comment. Yeah. I think we got to start taking Shannon down a peg here, Josh. She's getting overconfident.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Stop harassing me. I'm just trying to be here and help you.
Yeah, she's turning into Emperor Palpatine.
Oh, that wouldn't be a bad thing. Except for the face.
Yes. Whoa, shallow.
But I'd like the unlimited power though.
Yeah. Well, I guess he had unlimited power for sure. Are you guys gonna go see any of the movies that came out? Like, there's like The Circle, How to Be a Latin Lover. No, probably not. I think we all just want to watch Guardians of the Galaxy. I think we're all just waiting.
I would like to see The Circle. I've seen a lot of promotion for this, surprisingly, on Pinterest, and I know that it's a book. But see, the thing is, the book gets really mixed reviews, and I've seen that the movie's been getting really mixed reviews, so I'm not sure anymore. But it's got Emma Watson and Tom Hanks, and it's got what's his face from Star Wars, the name. But yeah, but it looks really cool, so I don't know. I might go see it, but I'm mostly just saving up because I want to see Guardians of the Galaxy this weekend, and they're doing a double feature, so I'm in for that.
Ooh, fun. Yeah, I want to see The Circle as well. And it actually really good timing for that studio to release that movie now, hey?
Yeah, I think so.
Can I just say really quick that it's that How to Be a Latin Lover? I'm not going to see it because I'm not, like, it's not the kind of comedy that I'm into. But I think it's really interesting that we're at a time when we can have a half subtitled film in Spanish and the other half in English, and be totally okay with that. I think that's kind of cool. That's like a cool little thing that they've got going on. But otherwise, I'm not interested.
Didn't Spanglish do that? Remember that movie, Spanglish?
Oh yeah, I try and block out most Adam Sandler films like post 2000. So
I do think
full agreement.
I will have to say that a lot of Adam Sandler films have not held up. I haven't rewatched Rain Over Me, but I really liked that one. And I haven't rewatched Punch Drunk Love, but his comedies, I don't know if they've held up for me. I think maybe I'm not as immature as I once was. But The Circle actually didn't do that well in the box office. Only made $9 million so far. It was only $18 million budget, but still $9 million with some of that star power. Not very good.
We're almost out of that lull of summer movies,
we're getting into it now, next week anyway.
What are you expecting out of also Fate and the Furious? Like, come on, this is insane how much money this movie makes. Like, it's already made $1 billion. All right, sweet. It's been out for 2 weeks and it's already made $1 billion. Good job, world. Good job.
I mean, we can keep making Fast and Furious films till everybody in the cast is dead and gone.
Yeah. So I finally
Theoretically.
I finally saw La La Land, and boy, that's a good movie. Wow, that was a really well crafted film. Like, they really know how to make a good movie. Really, really good.
What did you finally see? I didn't hear it.
La La Land.
Oh, yeah, that movie's amazing. Can't believe you waited this long.
Well, you know, once it's out of theaters, you kind of just got to wait for it to come out on video.
I mean, either way, though, Tal, like, it was your duty. You should have seen it when it was in theaters.
Yeah, I know. I really wanted to, and I kept trying to, just didn't work out. But it's excellent. I recommend anyone who's not even interested in musicals. I'd say go. Even if you liked maybe one musical in your life, I would. This kind of is a culmination of a lot of the great musicals that were back in the day. I wonder if it's funny that how it seems so special, and I wonder if it would kickstart these types of films. But I think nowadays to make a film like this, the production must be immense. Like no wonder the traffic in LA is so bad when they have to shut down an entire highway to do a dance number
to make La La Land.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because my cousin, like the guy who did La La Land's also who did Whiplash. They're kind of based off of like his experiences. Well, my cousin, she's going to be doing jazz band. She's going into high school, and she's never seen either of those movies, and she says that she doesn't like jazz music, and I'm like, girl, this is our next marathon. We're watching both of these. Like, this is what we're doing because you have to love jazz. Like, come on. And if you're going to be in band, Whiplash is literally what it's like to be in band. I can attest.
Literally.
Literally.
The thing I think that's so strange about people who, like, when they say they don't like jazz, like, because people say that all the time. Like, they say it all the time, and I hear it. And it's like,
it's the easy listening music that you think of.
But Kenny G.
But even then, what do you mean, like, you don't like it? Like, it like, even the stuff that isn't good, it doesn't have, like, this huge impact. Like, it's just background music. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're not liking the music filling? I just don't get it. I don't get how you couldn't like it. It's totally unintrusive, and people are not talking like, I don't really like experimental jazz. Like, no one sat down and listened to that who says they don't like jazz. So I think it's just a weird thing that we say. It's really strange. Country music.
She's 15, so
yeah.
you know.
Country music, I understand because it is.
I understand that as well.
It's the accompaniment is so simple, and they talk.
Can we just talk about
Music City, and I hate country music. So.
Can we just talk about the fact that you are from the country music?
Yeah,
I am from
Shannon.
the country music capital. Like literally, like practically, like literally. I live like down the road from the Ryman, from the like Country Music Hall of Fame. I hate country music with a burning passion. Like,
yeah. I think one of my things with country music is that I find people who love country music don't all tend to like other music, and I feel like that's strange because it's like the simplest form of popular music, and you should appreciate all the other music more.
So it's based on the same chords as blues and rock and roll. And the harmonies and melodies and whatnot are extremely similar to various types of music.
Yeah, and it's like just stripped down.
Right.
Stripped down.
It's just
bare bones music. Like if you like, anyways.
Well, I just want to say before we move on, though, because we do need to move on, but I'm in the ag program, so all we listen to is country music, and the amount of times I've heard that stupid song, Wagon Wheel, I hate it so much. To all of my other Southerners out there, why do you like this song? Why? I just don't get it.
Oh, yeah, you mean, I know which one you're talking about. I actually can play that song on guitar, which is super strange. Hey!
Let's not.
Mama rock me. Let's get to this week on YouTube, everybody. A very Potter musical. Who's?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. Shannon.
It was me.
Yeah.
Obviously. Okay, so a Harry Potter musical on YouTube. It's done by Team Star Kid, a college production. It had a budget of $150, which a third of that went to this giant Hershey bar that they use in one scene. It is the funniest thing I have ever seen, and you can tell that the people who made it really love Harry Potter and they're trying to celebrate Harry Potter, but it is just done in an amazing way. The songs are great. Like, I'm obsessed with Team Star Kid now. Like, I've watched Harry Potter musical, I watched the sequel, I watched Senior Year, I've watched Holy Musical Batman, they've got a Disney one on there. Like, it's amazing, and everybody needs to check it out if you haven't already, because oh my god.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god. I didn't know this existed.
Oh my god.
Now I do. Because of This Week on YouTube. I will watch it. This Week on YouTube, the segment where you find out that everyone else is better at YouTube. And Josh, you have 5 stages of watching a Disney remake.
No, that was me again.
Oh, hey, Shannon's not
Yeah,
the park.
Yeah, Shannon added like everything to the rundown this week. No, 5 stages of watching a Disney movie. It's from How It Should Have Ended. It's hilarious. It's like the 5 stages of grief, practically. It's literally what goes through my mind when I'm watching a remake. It's like, why did they remake this thing? Oh, it's gonna be okay. Like, you're in denial, and they're like, oh, wait, they changed some things? No, that's all right. And then, like, it's over, and you're like, I'm empty inside. Like, it was good, but why am I not happy? Like, it's so funny, and they've done it for, like, Pixar movies and all that other kind of stuff. So I would check it out.
Awesome. That's cool. Let's move on to the 411 on 1901, where we talk about ourselves, hoping that you'll watch or listen to our other stuff. Let's start with YouTube. So we have an Ariel Disney Bound by our lovely Shannon. She and smart. She's lots of different things. And I didn't want to have like a Katie Couric moment. Remember when she like was hired and they put like beautiful, and they're like, what? Why did you put that for a news anchor? And but you do the Ariel Disney Bound. Your editing skills are improving once again. But you do this really great dress transformation, if you will, where you do your little spin.
Yeah. Grow legs.
What song are you singing?
I'm singing several different songs because that's when Shannon likes to blast her emo music, but that was actually from La La Land, Someone in the Crowd. That's what that one was.
Oh, that's cute. I was like, is she singing something and we can't? That's funny. And I wanted to know what you were saying.
Yeah, I tried to pick it out as well,
yeah.
But I couldn't. It was too quick.
Yeah. Well, it's like once you know what it is, like I can't like unhear it when I'm watching it back because it's just like so ingrained. But it's like it's so funny because I listen to like weird music like, and then all of a sudden La La Land comes on and I'm like, oh yay! I don't know.
Yeah, and then Angie. Was resurrected from the grave and did a video Disney Parks tag Andy over at Andy Herden on YouTube. He tagged us all in his Disney tag, and then Angie stepped up to the plate. She was the only person who wasn't mentioned in the Disney tag, but she did it. And fun little video of seeing. It's nice to see Angie back at Disneyland. She's so cool, and it's nice to see her at Disneyland.
Yeah, she wanted to do more videos. This was kind of an excuse to do more. So we hopped over to Disneyland and shot it. We shot my version too, which will come out next week. But yeah, she is interested in doing a lot more videos, jumping back into the podcast and doing more as well. So expect more from her in the future.
Sweet. And Shannon and I are continuing to talk about winter on Explain This Book to Me. Check that out. We've mentioned it on the show enough times. We're doing the Lunar Chronicles if you're new to this episode of the Disney Culture Club. But yeah, it's every Friday, and it's wrapping up soon. So start binge watching or listening to all of the episodes if you haven't. Start listening, and you can make sure to skip the one season where we did different books. We did Kingdom Keepers. It's terrible. It's a waste of your time.
It was kind of a letdown.
It does not do anything you would. Anybody who was a fan of Disney would not write a book that was set in Disneyland and do it like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's El Terrible. I hated it. I just hated that book. It's just terrible. The characters are just, oh gosh.
It had a lot of issues. It needed another go at editing. Benefit of the doubt, it just needed another look.
And scaled down to maybe 3 characters.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's okay. But let's move on to our Marvel moment. So, is Black Panther going to be the most important Marvel movie yet? I don't know. It is going to play more into the magic elements that we know, but it's also going to play into this high technology elements. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a mix of Doctor Strange and Iron Man, if you will. It's kind of cool. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be an important movie because he's Black Panther and there's now more diversity in the cast?
I think so. I mean, the article about it from Screen Rant kind of talks about how it's not going to take place in America. Sure, a lot of the other movies have gone around the world, but this one is going to be in a different place, and it's focusing on some different things. And from what they've talked about it seems like it's just going to be different from what they've been doing, which seems to be a trend with how Marvel's been going. So that makes me more excited about it, because before I could not care less about this movie. I was like, why are we doing this? I don't understand. But the more I kind of hear about it, the more interested I am. And I don't know, it could be, pretty influential. It is going to be pretty diverse. It's taking place in a new area. We're going to learn some new things, some new comic book things. So I don't know. I've got my hopes up for it.
Yeah, I think it's actually going to be pretty spectacular. I know that they've come out, James Gunn has come out even and said that the next phase, whatever phase 4 is onward, will be so different and so radically less like the previous 3. And I think that maybe this in Black Panther is almost like a push towards what phase 4 is going to be and onward, and almost taking maybe some serious tones or maybe some different tones that we haven't seen before. Not even talking about genres. We've done the heist film and all that stuff, but really taking different tones and going in a different direction. Black Panther might push us in that way.
I think it not being set in America, I'm curious to see what cast of characters are going to really show up in the Black Panther movie. I really hope that they don't try to Civil War it. I really hope they keep the focus on Black Panther, and
they did say that it's not going to be any kind of team up. It is literally, it's just Black Panther.
But
so
yeah,
we'll see if that continues.
Which is weird. Winter Soldier's there though, right? That was where they were at the end of Civil War. And
yeah.
So
and I mean, I'd be okay with him there, but it's different when another big Avenger is taking focus away.
Yeah, I agree. And with Iron Man and going to be in Spider-Man, that makes sense because their kind of relationship that they're having there, so that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Sure.
But it looks like he's only kind of popping up so they could put him in trailers. Because I don't believe that Spider-Man and Iron Man are going to fight side by side, really.
No,
right?
I don't know.
That doesn't seem. So can you tell me about this? What is this new Disney Hyperion news?
Okay, yeah. So Disney Hyperion, for those of you who don't know, that's Disney's publishing company. Most notably, they published all the Percy Jackson books. And Rick Riordan, who's the author of that, he's asked all the time, when he's going to, do a new mythology series, because he's done Greek, Roman, Egyptian, and now Norse. Everybody's like, when are you going to do this mythology? When are you going to do this one? So now he's created this thing called Rick Riordan Presents, where he gets to work with other authors and help them create and produce these other mythology series that maybe he wouldn't be he doesn't know as much about, or they just have more of the know-how. So it'll be released under them in collaboration with Rick Riordan so that we can kind of shed some light on these new books. And I'm really excited about that. Like anytime like anybody wants to try something new or like we see stuff that we've never seen before, because let's be honest, like Greek and Roman, I feel like that's the most popular. Everybody knows about all of that stuff. It's just really cool. And I'm really excited to see what books come out of that.
Yeah, so he's kind of becoming like an executive producer. He's kind of becoming like a Judd
a little bit
of mythology YA books.
Yeah, I mean, he's written so many. I mean, he has Percy Jackson, he did Heroes of Olympus, he did Kane Chronicles, Trials of Apollo, Magnus Chase. So, you know, he knows quite a little bit about adapting mythology into YA books.
Sweet. And so... That I'm super excited for that, and our next series that we're doing on Explain This Book to Me is going to be Percy Jackson, so that's super exciting. But The Rock helping to redesign Jungle Cruise, I think this is fun. I think The Rock is actually I don't think it's going to be as heavily involved as it's kind of implying, but I think that he's kind of wanting the Jungle Cruise to become his Pirates of the Caribbean, I think. And
right.
And I think it works. I think that because I think they have the cast with Jack Black, The Rock, or is that the Jumanji movie I'm thinking, which is eerily similar.
Yeah, I think that's Jumanji. They don't have anything distinct yet set for the Jungle Cruise. But what we're going to be seeing is like a weird mix, probably humor and adventure, probably similar to Jumanji, right? Like that's your connection there.
Yeah.
But like the whole premise of what the Jungle Cruise attraction is just kind of like a I don't know what, like not an average Jungle Cruise, but like a generic, right? Like you could be anybody going through anywhere, and now like it might become more specific, just like how Pirates was. Like Pirates was very much like generic pirates in a generic town going through this thing, and then they started to add in Jack Sparrow and changed up some of the audio for some of the other characters. That might be what we see here too with the Jungle Cruise. Just adding in some specific names, maybe adding in a new animatronic or two. I don't see it changing drastically.
No, and I think it'll be over time. I think also they'll do little changes now, because I think it does need some changes, right? I think there's not enough moments in it. I think there are a couple more opportunities for a couple more moments in the Jungle Cruise, and I think it's important to add those types of things. And if the movie is a big success and people love it, then you'll probably start to see even more changes like you did with Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right. But you're still going to see a Jungle Cruise skipper telling jokes as you go through all of these various places in the world. Like that's going to be the basis of the attraction forever.
Yeah. Totally, and I think The Rock, I think that's going to be his role, right? He'll probably be a Jungle Cruise skipper, and so I think he'll keep true to that. I think he's really, I don't know, he's just done a phenomenal job being a Disney guy and an action movie superstar at the same time.
Yeah, he's done. What is this? His third film for Disney?
He was in Tooth Fairy.
And then Moana,
Tooth Fairy, Moana, and then Jungle Cruise. Is that it?
Was Game Plan Disney?
I think it actually was. Yeah, I think it was. So
I love that movie.
Fourth film.
Yeah, geez, yeah. So he's had but he's been able to do it. Like most people say, like let's take Ice Cube for example. They did a certain type of movie, and then they did kids like family movies, and then that's it. And it's interesting
kind of transition.
He's doing like he has his HBO show, he has his YouTube channel. He must have a really great production team around him helping him do all these things, because he's crazy. How does he stay? And he still stays like super jacked all the time. And he shows up in wrestling every once in a while, and he's probably like always wrestle ready. Like he probably is like always good to go. But he should never wrestle again because he's too good for it now. Josh, before we get to our community shout out with Michael K, which please everyone listen to. Michael K is a really nice guy, and it was really great to talk to him. Can you wanted to geek out about soundtracks?
I do want to geek out about soundtracks because we're heading into Guardians of the Galaxy this coming week. And by the way, I just want to point out Dave Bautista, also pro wrestler, also in a movie. And not only that, he's actually in 2 movies coming out this coming weekend.
Yeah.
He's in Guardians of the Galaxy, and yeah, it's a limited release. It's like, what is it, like Masters of something? I don't know, it's like a D&D game type of movie.
Really?
He's the villain.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. It looks like it's supposed to be, or not D&D, it's supposed to be like video game, but it's like about, it looks like, I don't know, Chinese imperial times.
Okay.
Anyway, it's like a kid basically gets sucked into a video game that's like Chinese imperial times. He's the bad guy. He's basically like the Huns.
Cool. So
Okay.
yeah, soundtracks.
Soundtracks. Anyways, so there's something about like a really good soundtrack that makes the whole thing better, right? And I think that isn't a testament to the original Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy wouldn't be what it was if it wasn't for Mixtape Volume 1. I had to blow my nose.
Oh, now I can't get it off.
Okay, yeah. I want to geek out. I want to geek out about soundtracks.
Starting all the way at the beginning.
No, not start at the beginning. I want to geek out about soundtracks because, like, Guardians of the Galaxy coming out, the first like mixtape really made the first film. The second mixtape that's come out again, I feel like I've been listening to it. It just came out on Spotify, and I love it. And I don't understand why more. Oh, you have it.
Oh,
look
wow.
at you.
Oh, aren't you special?
On vinyl. It's Jude's, actually.
Ooh,
Look, it's Jude.
like a real
Here's the
hipster.
thing, Jude, our almost 6-year-old son. Oh my god. Yeah, we bought him a Walkman and the mixtape on tape as well because he loved it. He has the orange headphones. Like for whatever reason, he was like, that's how you be Star-Lord. So you listen to that music. He loves this music. We were listening to it last night as we played.
Parenting.
We were listening to it last night as we played Monopoly. So, yeah, it resonated with, at that time, like a 4-year-old.
Yeah, I think it resonates with everyone. If you have a really good soundtrack, it will help your movie, and it may even make your movie. For a lot of people, that's what either made or broke La La Land for them.
Yeah, or Garden
people either
State.
really love that soundtrack or hate it. Garden State. There's so many soundtracks that work so well. Even going with the theme parks, right? Like, I really love Disneyland because of its atmospheric soundtrack rather than like Universal plays top 40, and it like takes away from the feeling that you get when you're there.
It's weird that they do that. It's so funny that they do that in all the park except for at Harry Potter, in Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Then they just have
Right,
Which would totally take you out of it if they continued to play that.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
They gotta find something else.
Yeah.
But the soundtracks I just feel are essential, and I don't understand why more movies don't put a better focus on their soundtrack. A lot of people hated the fact that Suicide Squad used 40 plus classic rock songs. So I'm not saying like use classic rock songs like Guardians of the Galaxy and that's your formula, but like find something that fits the characters, fits the story, because like the only reason that the classic rock soundtrack is used for Guardians, right, is because like Peter Quill is attached to it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only reason why. And so I think that finding a reason to use music in film, or even smaller, like if you're a YouTuber and you use music in your videos, find a reason and a fit for what you're doing, and it just adds that extra element that makes things so good. And so I just wanted to bring up soundtracks because I feel like Guardians is, to me, like the number one soundtrack movie like of the past few years. That's not like La La Land where it's like a movie musical.
Yeah, no, and I totally agree with you. Like, I remember when I was in 7th grade, so mind the taste level here, I was obsessed with the Twilight soundtrack, and I still like a lot of the music that was on that, and I listened to it all the time, and it added to it for me. And even if you look at like video games, like Undertale and Night in the Woods, like those soundtracks add to the experience. They kind of make it stick in your mind more.
Yeah, any form of entertainment.
Yeah, Undertale. Yeah, we are listening to Undertale soundtrack nonstop. So again, resonates with the kids and us too. Like Mandy loves it, and just. All of you need to play Undertale, by the way, again, or just watch Jacksepticeye play it. But you need to have Undertale experience. It's one of the. Again, it's one of the most beautiful stories that has ever been told. Like, it's just phenomenal. Jude kind of spoiled it for me, though, because he watched the very last episode, and it ruined a lot. I was very frustrated. But it's nice that Jude's excited about something. With that, let's get on to our community shout-out and conversation with Michael K., the resident expert of Walt Disney World. He does videos every day, so there's a lot to learn, and was really nice, and it was great for him to give us that time. So let's talk to him now.
Dale, you hate me? I know you hate me.
No,
Dale always hates you. It's okay.
I love the corkboard in the background. I've been wanting to do the exact same thing because I think it's like the best way to display your pins, right? Like they're just like
I love
on a lanyard right now in my room, and I don't get to look at them.
I hear. Yeah, I actually sorted these originally by year, and they were going on and on. They're still kind of sorted by date as you go down here, but I'm going to need a third board before you know it.
It's kind of how I am with bookshelves.
See, I like the bookshelf idea. I like the bookshelves and the toys behind it, and there are all sorts of bookshelf ideas that I've seen. Very cool.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, bookshelf. Josh likes to pretend he's in front of a fence. I don't.
Yeah,
really, he's in his garage.
I'm working on my paper fence here.
Yeah.
I like it.
Something is going to go here eventually.
Yeah.
But probably not.
Yeah, we were thinking like maybe like a poster or something, or like a.
I'm actually now thinking that it's going to be one of those like reimagineering under construction things right here.
Yeah, and so
you need to get the green sign, the official hidden green, and do it.
Right.
It's under refurbishment for your future enjoyment. That's what you need.
Exactly. For your future enjoyment.
It's funny that they do stuff like that where they have like, guaranteed, like people don't notice this color as much. When you really
it was hidden green. What was the name of it? Hidden green or mystery green or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny that they have that type of thing. I think that's why people believe that there's so many conspiracies with Disney and stuff like that, because they have little things like that kind of
comes down to paint colors.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Can't imagine where the Walt rumors come from, though. That doesn't make any sense to me.
No, he's under the Magic Kingdom. Okay,
right.
Obvious.
Right.
Frozen.
In a cryogenic freezer. Right. Okay.
Yeah. He's just waiting.
Totally obvious.
Right.
I think it's because he was larger than life.
All right. So, Dale, thank you for always hosting the show. But I'm taking over, I guess, at this point.
Again.
I bequeathed you hosting powers.
You bequeathed me hosting powers for a few weeks, and now I just need that ego to settle in with me. So for this week's community shout out, we're bringing on Michael K. He does amazing YouTube videos daily, which is amazing. In my mind ridiculous and amazing. We have like a whole group of people and can sometimes barely get 3 out a week. Which is awesome. And you started doing this, I think, like about a year ago, right?
Just about a year ago, and I got more into YouTube probably late fall last year. So it hasn't been as long as I would have liked, but I'm gonna keep on running full speed and continue on. And thanks for having me, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. And you are it's cool to watch your videos because you can, if you go back and actually watch them all through, you can totally see the progression of like where you picked up a mic, where you changed your video, but it was so quick. Like for some people it takes years, and you just like really caught on to what makes a great YouTube video, sound quality, video quality? Like, what made you pay such close attention to those types of details?
That's a good question. I got a lot of great feedback from a lot of friends who, hey, I love what you do. I love the personality. I love the interaction. And I love being able to share with my friends. But then a few would say, it's hard to hear you. And then I would rewatch it and I could understand that it was kind of a little muffled. So I'd change equipment. And I started with my iPhone. I started with my iPhone. I would record with it, make videos, and also do live streams. I love the live stream thing. And I still use my iPhone for live streams. I'm thinking about something else for live streaming in the future. But eventually I upgraded the microphone on top. I upgraded my camera. I have the 70D. Upgraded my web camera, boom mic in front of me. It's a progression. I did it pretty fast because I knew that this is something that I loved. And as soon as I figured out that this is really what I wanted to do, I said, I'm going to go all in, make this an everyday thing. Like, I'm committed. Like I say, every single day, 8 a.m., there will be a video, no matter what. So I've committed myself to doing that. And I love it. It's my passion, what I love doing.
Yeah, and I think your passion totally comes through in your videos. Like, I can just see how much you really love what you're doing and how much you love what you're talking about.
I appreciate it. I really do. It's a lot of fun to be able to share the reactions. I don't know if you saw that video where I got to surprise those two little kids who went to Disney recently. To me, that just brought it all together. When I was able to be that surprise for them, that was crazy for me. I hope to do more of that in the future.
Also,
that kind of thing. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say we also have your intro video onto your YouTube page is to all who come to this happy place, welcome, which is how we start off the show. It's how we kick off our show. So
it's a great start. It's a great start. We should all share it. We should all feel free to share that.
But really, it's great minds steal from Walt Disney.
Steal, borrow, continue to share the magic. Yes, I agree.
It's an homage, if you will. That's how you just classify it under.
Exactly. Right.
Well, and your videos mostly are about Walt Disney World or the parks in general. Are you, as you're growing, because you said you're growing so quickly, are you looking to branch out? We typically do a little bit of park stuff, a little bit of movie news, maybe some theorizing, maybe some other stuff. Are you looking to branch further out into that? Are you really focused on Walt Disney World in particular?
That's a good question. I'm planning on going and traveling elsewhere in the future. First thing I want to do, though, is go more frequently. So I want to go to Disney more frequently. I'm thinking almost at this point every other month, maybe every 2 months, to do something like that and to go more frequently. And then after that, I want to be able to travel more. I'm thinking a lot of my friends have told me, I think I've committed to my friends that I have to go on a Disney cruise that's going to be this year. And then next year, maybe it'll be Hawaii, Alani, maybe it'll be, in the future, it could be Tokyo Disneyland, Disney Sea. So eventually I'll be, expanding further out, but I really do want to go more frequently and be able to just share it more on the vlogs. I love doing the vlog.
So what did you, sorry, what got you into Disney in the first place? Now thinking about going every other month, that must mean you're ridiculously into Disney. I live with a 15-minute walk of Disneyland, and lucky you. I know. I brag about it all the time.
He still doesn't see Johnny.
Yes, I can tell. Horror was terrible.
It's really hard. Yeah, and I didn't go see Johnny Depp the other day. I know.
Oh, you probably did. I bet you did.
I didn't. I looked.
He was lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked at the
video though when he was there and he kind of tapped someone's hand with his sword. That was awesome.
It was.
I saw the whole thing. It was really cool.
It was a 2-hour wait as soon as I looked at the phone because I think everybody picked up on it.
I'm sure.
But I know. But I moved here because I wanted to be closer to the parks. I wanted to do more. But it didn't start out that way. So how did it start for you as far as getting into Disney World and now wanting to go on a trip every other month?
Right, that's a good question. So when I was younger, I went since I was born, really. I went as an infant. My parents took me. My parents actually had their honeymoon at Disney. My grandfather was one of, not the first, but one of the initial crowd to go into Disneyland 60 years ago. So it's part of my family. It has been part of our family for many, many years. And I knew, deep down that I really wanted to do something with my passion for Disney. And again, as you said, it hasn't really come to fruition until recently when I decided that I wanted to be on YouTube and make these videos and share the magic with others. There are lots of memories that I have. One that sticks out in particular was the one with my grandfather. He was very old. He was in his 90s, and I was maybe 3 or 4 years old, and I was on his lap, and he was in one of those electronic wheelchairs where he's driving himself, and we're going from the Yacht Beach Club. We had just had Cape May Cafe, and we were going up toward Epcot, and it's just one of those like in moments in time where you just never forget it. And I continue to think back to that moment. And yes, I have loved it, ever since I was extremely small. But having this passion for it, I've had for many, many years. And you as you grow older, you realize what you really want to do in life, and I love doing this.
Well, and that's, once you get to a certain age, you kind of are like, okay, I know that the world expects me to do this, but I think I'm going to do this instead, right?
Right.
And at least hopefully turn a hobby into something bigger.
Precisely.
Right. Yeah. So what's your end goal with the YouTube series?
Well, that's a good question, and it started off as something that I just love doing, and it still is something I love doing. Don't ever think that it's not. It is something I love doing. If I could, just change, things and make it so that I didn't have to worry about how I got there and how I bypasses and all these things, I would do this on YouTube and share the magic full time. I would, and I would just want to travel around and be able to share it with others live and on my vlogs full time. If I could just do that all the time, that's what I would do. That's really what I would do. That's what I love. It's what I love doing. I realized it, and I said, you know what? I don't want to do anything else. I want to do this all the time. That would be my end goal.
That's awesome. That's a great end goal.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Yeah.
So if you don't get to frequent Walt Disney World very often, and you have a family per se, what resort do you think is the best one to stay at?
If I have a family, and are we going to say money is an object, is not an object? How are we putting that?
Let's say money exists in a world, and you can spend as much or little as possible. I think even the richest people don't always go to the most expensive hotels, right? So,
true. Okay.
Yeah.
If I had to put it, let's put it in two categories. If I was just going with my family, and right now it's my mom, my dad, my grandmother, my uncle, my brother, my sister, and myself, and we've gone many times. So I'll put it in two categories here. First one, let's say Port Orleans French Quarter. We're going for the holidays. We're all going together. We're all having it used to be that you could get moderate resorts with free dining. We used to have that. But we'd all go to Ohana. I don't know how you all feel about that. We'll have to talk about that. We'd all go to Ohana, and we'd all have dinner, and we'd all watch Wishes for the next 12 days from the window. So something along those lines. That would be great for me. And then again, if I was to move forward and have money was less of an object, I would say let's see, Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village with the Savannah view. I don't know if you stayed there. The three bedroom, or it's a two bedroom. It's just unreal. It is unreal.
Yeah. No, that's where I've always when I look at the resorts, that one always sticks out the most for me. Like, I know a lot of people like the Grand Floridian and stuff like that, but that's just kind of, it's kind of like the Grand Californian. And, if I want to experience that, I can experience that at Disneyland. And Animal Kingdom, I feel like, offers me something that nothing else offers. Maybe the Contemporary, because you get such a good view of Disneyland and Magic Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Magic Kingdom. But the Animal Kingdom Lodge, to be able to see the animals like that, not even.
Where else can you go? I mean, you can't even go to Zimbabwe or South Africa and see the same thing.
Yeah, you can't. You can't even go to Africa and see the same thing because
exactly,
they have parks.
Right. I mean, it's total relaxation, and it was several years before I realized that. I visited, but I didn't realize how relaxing it is to actually stay there. It is a totally different experience.
It's really mind-blowing how they can just convert Florida land into an African
Savannah.
Yeah, Savannah. Thank you. I kept wanting
I got you covered.
I kept wanting to say Sahara. You know what I mean? I was like, I know that's not right. Let me take another sip of coffee before I can come up with the word Savannah.
I know it's early for you guys. It's still early for you.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you, I know you just put out a video today as we're speaking about the new driverless shuttles that they're thinking about implementing.
Yes.
I did see what you were kind of saying about that in your video, but I was wondering if you wanted to expand upon your thoughts a little bit.
Good. Yeah, it's a good, fair question. I think it'll be great. It is debated, though. This is a highly debated topic because could it take away jobs from people? And that, to me, I don't like to see that happen, especially because the cast members really do make the magic. So that is one thing that I'm thinking on the other side of it after I made the video. Another part of it, when you think about Disney Uber, and I've read some more since I made the video, I'm thinking that probably Disney Uber, which we'll see if it comes out, still a rumor, if that does come out and we see that come to fruition, I think that would be done by cast members. And I think they're supposed to add maybe 1,800 jobs from that, and then maybe it'll be a couple of jobs that they take away from the tram. Maybe that's the idea, and they kind of just like swap that. So they have the robots doing the tram, and the Disney Uber, if it comes true, again, still all rumor. All of this is all rumor. Would be the job. So it's something that I've been thinking about. But good follow up.
I think.
I mean, and I agree with you. I think I kind of. Like, it would take away jobs. I do think driverless is kind of the way to go, but we'll see how they work with that.
Yeah, I see both sides of it, too. And the cast members, in my humble opinion, make the magic. They really do. It's amazing what they do and how hard they work. And, you get a chance to meet a few of them, on that one-to-one basis. And it's amazing to hear their story and how they interact with the guests on a daily basis.
I think if they do go driverless, which they should, that you will still have a cast member on board for quite a long, like for many years, just to, in case of any sort of malfunction or anything, they'll want someone there and ready, and they're going to want people to be documenting and finding out what are all the possible issues that can occur and how can the computer resolve these issues in the future and stuff like that. So, yeah. And they'll still,
I agree with you. I agree with you.
And that person will act as an onboard host. It'll probably be even more engaging than they currently are. So, I don't.
That's an interesting thought.
Yeah. I don't think we should.
It's an interesting thought because they have to pay attention so much to what they're doing in front of them. If they get to turn around and just talk to everyone, that might solve the problem.
Yeah, and I think that what's more important is that Disney should be the hub for all of these types of things, like driverless technologies and moving forward and the land
drones
and the land of tomorrow. It's really, is it? I don't know if it's the same for you. It probably is. It's probably even more so. You probably experience it more than I would even. Do you sometimes find that there's almost a separation between what the fandom wants and like the dogma, I guess, of the Disneyland motto, Because, for example, I was just talking about it with my wife, and I was messaging it on the Network 1901 Slack room about how if Song of the South is a banned movie and they don't sell the merchandise for Splash Mountain anymore because of that movie, shouldn't they reskin Splash Mountain? Right? Like it that would only make sense, right? You have one of the most popular rides. It's completely unmarketable, and you have
an interesting point. Yeah, you have an interesting point there. I think they are constantly thinking about the public display of what looks good and what makes them money. It's a business. It is a business after all. So they're probably weighing a lot more things than that too. And I'm guessing, this is just a guess, when they think about these new things, and there's this rumor going around that I hate talking about, but I'm going to talk about it for this. It's the closure of the Tiki Room at Walt Disney World, and we keep hearing very subtle whispers about this. And when I hear about something like that, my heart breaks because I love the Tiki Room, and you can still envision Walt like actually making the individual birds in the Tiki Room. I can see that in my mind, and that's why I go, because it just reminds me of Walt. And to hear something like that to me is against what the fandom would want. The fandom, all of us, we want to see things like that stick around, or the old style Figment. So when we talk about these changes, do I think Disney's trying to look out for everyone? Yes, I think they're trying to think of everyone. Sometimes, yes, it feels like there is a disconnect, no doubt, but it is a business. They're trying to draw in new people. They're trying to keep the old people. They're trying to just do it all together. And I can imagine that sometimes they're fighting a two-sworded battle there.
But it's weird that they would talk about getting rid of the Tiki Room. I get it because the space it takes up, it doesn't actually fill a lot of seats, all that type of stuff. But when they're willing to keep something like Autopia, where that's even a massive piece of land, and it is far lacking in technology and excitement, and look at these future highway systems, and they got it right. It's just traffic jams the entire time. They got it right.
Yeah, it's it's an interesting thought, and I know Disney's trying to appeal to everyone, and that's the hardest part. I mean, I'm trying to put myself in Bob Iger's shoes or George Kalogridis, and I say to myself, what would I want to do? I don't have all the pieces of the puzzle. What kind of money am I dealing with? What kind of space? And that's another thing at Walt Disney World that you don't have at Disneyland. At Disney World, we have all this space. So for me, they should, and I hear about this volcano rumor, the fourth mountain coming to, or I guess technically fifth mountain, coming to Magic Kingdom. There's so much space, next to Magic Kingdom. Just move over a little bit. And when I hear about things being taken down or things closed down, and Streets of America and Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights, and I hear about these things closing and they're building on top of it. That's great. That's great. It's super. But at the same time, they have all this space at Disney World, and I feel like expanding out is also good.
Yeah, they have more of an ability to preserve history. But yeah, it's tough, and I kind of missed the point when I kept asking my question. But should we listen to the dogma of always moving forward, or should we try to always keep keep the past as long as possible, even if it's an antiquated attraction?
That's a tough question. You're again battling an issue there. I would say that you got to have a healthy mix. Healthy mix is what I would say. Try to appeal to as many people as possible, both those the fandom or the first timer, all together.
What's the number one thing you want to see from in Walt Disney World? What's the next thing? We've got all these new lands and new attractions coming up, but what's something that you feel it could really fit with any one of the lands?
Any one of the lands. Well, you mean something that's not in progress, like Star Wars Land?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not in progress. Oh, I've said this before, but if they could do what I'm thinking, and this is just in Michael's imagination here, if they could make a park dedicated to solely the throwbacks, just put everything that we used to love about Disney that's no longer there, either Disney World, Disneyland, into one new park, and bring back Spectra Magic, something to just bring, call it the throwback park, the Walt throwback park, and something along those lines. To me, that would be perfect, because then you're appealing to both. Again, you're solving both problems. You're appealing to those who love, the fandom, who love the old stuff, and the ones who want to see something new coming out. So you're appealing to both if you do that.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really cool idea. And again, in WDW, you would have the space to do like a Disney classics.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That would be really interesting. That would be kind of cool. You could even just with the theming of it all, you could make it maybe all black and white and have it very contrast like that,
exactly.
Just to kind of make it feel like you're stepping into a old motion picture or something like that. That'd be really cool.
Right, something along those lines. Put some different statues of Walt around. Talk about how he built it up. Something along those lines. I feel like they do a great job of it, and remake Spectra Magic, because I know it's in pieces, but they could remake it. It would be really cool.
Yeah, that's cool. They still have the blueprints.
Exactly. They still have some outline somewhere.
Yeah.
Hidden.
That's a great idea.
I've
never heard that idea before. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought of it. I don't know when I thought of it. Weeks ago.
Awesome. Well, Michael, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate you taking the time to do a quick little segment for our show.
Love being here. Thanks so much for having me.
And absolutely. And sorry, Dale, go.
No, go ahead. I was just worried you weren't gonna.
If anybody is looking to find you, I know YouTube is your main hub, but where else can people find you?
I appreciate that. Michael K on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find me. I live stream all throughout the parks and make a vlog and a video every single day. It comes out at 8 a.m. on YouTube. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. And we'll if you're on YouTube watching this, it'll be in the links below to your YouTube page or over on network1901.com. So thanks, Michael.
Appreciate it. Thanks again.
Well, that was our interview with Michael K. Josh, thank you so much for getting him. That was awesome. Super nice guy. I'm blown away. It's super good.
Yeah, and he, a lot of people, not to toot our own horn here, but a lot of people in the comments ask us, why we're not bigger. You guys should be bigger than you are. You make great videos. The same can be said about Michael. I think he has 1,500 people that watch his videos, or are subscribed on YouTube. So if you like Walt Disney World and something that you want to talk about every single day, because he has videos every day, and they could be vlogs from Disney World. They could be him talking about it, whatever the case may be. Go subscribe, because he is somebody who deserves more subscribers, as do we.
We're talking to you're talking to the wrong people for. It's been that was awesome. It was great to talk to him, and I love having people on the show, and we I think we'll try to get we get lots of people in the community shout out, but we'll keep at it. Tell us who you want us to try to get to talk to. Who do you want to hear about? So why don't you send us one of your favorite YouTubers or podcasters, and we'll try to get them on the show. You can comment down below. You can tweet us at Network1901, Instagram, Facebook message us at the network, facebook.com/network1901. Message us. Tell us who there's somebody you want to talk to, or if you just want to talk to us, we will talk to you. As Skylar knows now. So please, reach out to us. And again, make sure to leave a review on iTunes for us, for all you podcast listeners. That goes such a long way for us. And a lot of people don't leave reviews on iTunes in general for podcasts. So if we can get our review numbers up there, more people will find us, and you'll have more people a part of your community, and that would be awesome. Also, I'm confirmed, I am going to D23, so that's going to be so awesome. So if you live in the California area and you want to meet Josh, Shannon, or myself, you will be able to in July for D23. I will be staying a few days after D23 as well to shoot some footage with Josh and to go have fun. And, we're going to be doing Disneyland, Harry Potter World, all that stuff. So it's going to be so much fun. And if you want to, we'll be there. So, we'll keep updating you, because it's a long ways away still. But I just wanted to let everyone know that is actually happening.
You're just excited.
Yeah. Well, thank you. This has been episode 14 of the Disney Culture Club, and we will see you in a galaxy far, far away. Bye.
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 Keep on moving, people.
Quick, throw out all the things we can say that we say.
Say all the things. I'm really proud of myself for not stabbing myself in the finger. I've been playing with a safety pin this entire time.
Ooh, good job.
I can't help it. If there's something around me, that's why I have 2 hair ties on my wrist, so that I can just sit here and have nervous energy go into hair tie.